never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
And now, Mike's thoughts.
I have had enough. I've had enough with Aziz Ashir. This guy doesn't play hard. He plays flat out dirty. Every game, it's the same story. Late hits, shoves after the whistle, diving at knees when the play is already over. He hides behind this football excuse, but no, it's not football, it's recklessness. He's got a reputation now. Ask around the league. Players know who's tough and who's cheap. And Aziz, he's cheap. Every week he's getting flagged, fined, or caught doing something stupid that hurts his team more than it helps. And for this fake tough guy act, please, real heaters don't need to prove it after the whistle. They let their play speak for itself. He runs his mouth and racks up penalties and fines. Look, I love me some physical football, but there's a fine line between playing with the edge and playing without class. And Aziz, he crosses that line. He lives on the other side of the line. He is not feared. He is not respected. He is just a dirty player who confuses chaos for toughness. Find the man, get us suspended for a year, and cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off, get it hype. This man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman. Everybody bringing heat. You don't really want to try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation? Man Hour. Michael Buckeyes are here, guys, with Man Hour Radio. Head over to manhourradio.com. You can check it out and find the merchandise, check out the Fletch of the Fresh blogs, and everything is happening with the Man Hour show. If you're rocking the Man Hour, guys, that is the spot to do it. But welcome to Man Hour NFL Talk, guys, your go-to spot for live, raw, uncut NFL talk, and I'm so glad you're rolling with us today. But if you want the full Man Hour experience, become a Pigskin Pundit. That is our members-only community where you get free entry into the weekly NFL pick'ems, giveaways, exclusive merchandise, and bonus live streams that only our Pigskin Pundits get. So if you're all about that next level access, join the squad. But before we guys jump into today's action, guys, be sure to hit the like button, hit the share button, of course, share this with a couple of friends as well, because sharing is caring at the end of the day. Now, remember, this is a live interactive show, so drop your thoughts, your opinions, and your takes in the comments down below, because I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you just like Old Man River.
Skin pun. Get yourself.
Old Man River is a Pigskin Pundit, and he's got his weekly picks in. He's got a Man Hour hoodie on the way, and he was a part of the afternoon drive this afternoon. So, guys, be like Old Man River and hit the subscribe button. Actually, hit the membership tab down below and get some free stuff there. And then BBW says, shut up, as the Texans fans. Well, we are going to talk heavily about the Houston Texans today. BBW. I'm just saying that your Houston Texans are just not out what they sought out to be. Because truth be told, guys, that is exactly where we're going to start off right at the top of the show today. We are going to talk about the one and only Houston Texans. Because right now, guys, this offense is flat out broken. D'Amico Ryan says he's not changing offensive coordinators. He's sticking with Nick Haley, but at some point, loyalty has got to turn into stubbornness, and right now, that's what it looks like in Houston. Guys, D'Amico Ryan has told reporters this week, we're pressing forward with everybody that we have. He's all in with Clanley. Am I saying that name right? Even though 7 weeks, this offense has looked worse than it did last season underneath Bobby. Now, that's saying something, because last year the Houston Texans were terrible on offense, and this year they're worse. Guys, the Texans were supposed to improve in year 3 with C.J. Stroud. Instead, they have taken massive steps backwards. This offense has zero rhythm, zero creativity, and zero confidence. It's predictable, it's stale, and it's getting their young quarterback killed over and over and over. Don't just take my word for it, guys. The numbers back it up. Houston ranks 21st in points per game, 23 in total yards per game, and 31st in third down conversions. This is only ahead of the Tennessee Titans. And let's just be honest, the Titans suck. Good Lord, the Titans are terrible. And it's not all about stats either, guys. Watch the tape. When Houston faces the defense that can stop the run, the entire offense collapses. Monday night was a perfect example. Offensive coordinator runs plays right into the teeth of the defense that was blowing up for the line of scrimmage every single snap. Zero adjustments, zero creativity, just bad football. And look, D'Amico Ryans is taking it. He is trying to take heat off of the offense of a coordinator. He says, put it on me. It's my fault. It's my fault we suck on offense. That's leadership, and I respect that. But accountability doesn't mean results. Saying it's my job to fix it only matters if you actually fix it. You've got one of the most talented young quarterbacks in football, and you're wasting his development behind an offensive line that can't block and a play caller who refuses to adapt. Here's the part that blows my mind. 2nd and goal from the half-yard line on Monday Night Football. They call 3 straight pass plays. 3 from the half-yard line. Insert Pete Carroll. It's just run the damn ball. You have Nicholas Chubb. You were a half a yard away. You don't even have to, you try to run the ball once, but at that point it was predictable because you brought in goal line formation. Like, what? This is coaching malpractice at the end of the day. Guys, this is very, very simple. The Texans need to make a change, and they need to make it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after they start another losing streak. They need to make an adjustment now. This team will never be great. Matter of fact, this team will never be good if they keep letting the same broken formula run their offense, a.k.a. the offensive coordinator. D'Amico Ryans has a lot of things doing right since he's taken over. He's changed the culture. He's made the defense tough. But if he doesn't fix this offense, all will be wasted. So what do you guys think? Man Hour Nation, should D'Amico Ryans fire their offensive coordinator before it's too late? Or do you think the Texans should just ride it out and hope things turn around? Guys, comment down below because this is a live interactive show. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions, especially from you Houston Texans fans. But do not forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button. And remember, we are live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. But we do got a game happening on Thursday Night Football, and that is the one and only Minnesota Vikings taking on the LA Chargers. Guys, and this one has all storylines written all over it. Those Los Angeles Chargers sitting at 4-3, and they're fighting to stay in control of the playoff push, right? While the Minnesota Vikings are sitting at 3-3, trying to survive another potential week without J.J. McCarthy. Now, this was supposed to be the reunion everybody wanted to see. J.J. McCarthy versus Jim Harbaugh, the Michigan duo that brought home a national title 2-3 years ago, right? Instead, it's Carson Wentz making his 5th straight start, potentially for the Minnesota Vikings, and Harbaugh's Chargers trying to hold on to their spot above 500. Guys, let's just talk about the LA Chargers. They started hot, 3-0 out of the gate, beating the Kansas City Chiefs, beating the Las Vegas Raiders, beating the Denver Broncos. But since then, they've dropped 3 of their last 4. They have slipped in the AFC West standings from holding a 3-game lead, and now they're sitting at 2nd and looking at 3rd place right in the face. Meanwhile, Minnesota has been the definition of up and down all year long. They win one, they lose one. They win one, they lose one. It's been a roller coaster of a season. Now sitting at 3-3, they're hanging around but J.J. McCarthy. They have struggled to find any real offensive rhythm. And this massive adds a cool subplot. Harbaugh and the Vikings head coach, Kevin O'Connell, actually used to go way back. 20 years ago, to be a fact. Harbaugh was coaching at the University of San Diego, and O'Connell was a quarterback at San Diego State. 2 San Diego guys now facing off under the lights of primetime football. But let's start with Justin Herbert, because he is the key to everything for the Los Angeles Chargers. Last week, Herbert threw a career-high 420 yards, also tossed 2 interceptions. He got sacked 3 times. He's doing it all right now, literally. And he's the team's leading rusher as well. Now, that's not how you win football games, but hey, it is what it is. And then here comes Brian Flores and that blitz-happy Vikings defense, the 2nd highest blitz race in the NFL. Justin Herbert has already been blitzed more than any quarterback this year, and it's not slowing down Thursday night. The Chargers' run game has been non-existent. Their offensive line is banged up, and the offense is one-dimensional at best. But there's hope. Rookie tight end had a breakout game in Week 7 with 7 catches, 164 yards, and a tutty. Justin Herbert is going to need that same spark again. Now, with Carson Wentz holding down the fort, potentially still, we don't know if J.J. McCarthy's coming back or not. On the Viking side, Carson Wentz does continue to fill in for J.J. McCarthy, who's still nursing that ankle injury. Wentz has been serviceable, not great, but not terrible either. In the 2 wins, he's been efficient and composed, completing over 72% of his passes with no turnovers, but all in losses. The accuracy drops and the decision-making slips. The bright side, the weapons around him are producing. Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, and Jordan Addison are all getting really, really involved. Addison just had a career-high 9 catches for 128 yards against Philly last week. But this week, they face one of the second toughest secondaries in the league. The Chargers are holding opponents to 79.8 passer rating, the 3rd best in the NFL. The defense is a bend-don't-break, however, but Daniel Jones just dropped 38 on them last week, meaning the LA Chargers. So the cracks are there to exploit. If Wentz can get up from the run game, with Jordan Mason and possibly Aaron Jones returning, the Vikings might be able to hang around this one. But this one, guys, all comes down to protection of the quarterback. Who can protect the quarterback better? And right now, both teams are struggling up front. Matter of fact, both teams suck right now. Carson Wentz has been sacked 14 times and hit 28 times in just 4 starts. The Vikings have had 5 different offensive lineman combinations already this season, and Brian O'Neill is still not practicing. It might be another patchwork group on Thursday. The Chargers aren't much better off either. Joe Walt is still battling an ankle injury. Trey Pickens and Lex Slater are still both out, and that could spell trouble for Brian Flores' pressure schemes. This game could get ugly fast, and whoever's offensive line holds better could win this game. But I want to flip back over to the Chargers. The Chargers might be 4-3 right now, but this feels like a very, very, very must-win game for the LA Chargers. Why, you ask? Because momentum matters. They started out 3-0, and since they've been uneven at best. If they drop this one to Minnesota, they risk slipping right back in the middle of the pack into chaos in the AFC. This is the momentum. This is the moment for Jim Harbaugh's Chargers to make a statement. Protect Justin Herbert, bounce the offense, and control home field advantage on Thursday night. You can't waste a season when your quarterback is putting up 400-yard games and your rookie tight end is breaking out. This team has proved they can close out games to be a contender, not playing a team hanging on by a thread. So, guys, let me ask you this question. Are the Chargers a legit playoff contender, or are we starting to see the cracks underneath Jim Harbaugh? Guys, drop your takes in the comments down below. This is a live, interactive show, and I'm curious to see what you guys are thinking. What do you guys think? Do the Chargers have to win this game? Is this a must-win for them to even be relevant in the AFC? Guys, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/man hour. But now, let's jump over to the Cleveland Browns. Because right now, we apparently need to talk about quarterback issues in Cleveland yet again. Because apparently the Cleveland Browns quarterback rotation has turned into breaking news. So here's the headline, right? Shedeur Sanders isn't getting first-team reps in practice. And I got one simple question for this. Why is this even news? Guys, let me set the table for you. The Browns traded Joe Flacco to the Bengals, and Kevin Stefanski handed the keys to rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel, the 3rd-round pick out of Oregon, right? Oregon, Oklahoma, where else did he play? He played somewhere else, I can't remember. Since then, the Browns are 1-2. He's coming off his first career win with the 31-6 blowout win over the Miami Dolphins. So things are trending in the right direction. Gabriel's not lining up the stats boards. 59.8 completion percentage, 546 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a QBR 30.4, but he's learning, he's improving, and he's been showing a little bit of flashes. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, the rookie as well, a son of Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has moved up into the backup role. He is no longer the emergency quarterback, but he's still not the starter either. And when asked why Shedeur Sanders isn't getting first team steps, Kevin Stefanski said exactly what every logical coach would say. With a young quarterback with Dylan starting, you want to make sure he gets a lot of reps. It's different when you have a veteran like Joe. Translation, Dylan Gabriel needs work, Sanders doesn't. End of story. Translation again, Dylan Gabriel is our starter, Shedeur Sanders is the backup. Why should he get first-team snaps? But apparently that is not enough to make headlines. The media is spinning it like it's some type of quarterback controversy brewing in Cleveland, and it is ridiculous. Shedeur Sanders is the backup. Backups don't take first-team reps unless there's an injury and a demotion or a blowout. That's football 101. Kevin Stefanski isn't doing anything wrong here. He's doing what every NFL coach does. He's giving his starters all the meaningful practice snaps so the offense can grow around him. If anything, this shows the Browns are finally showing stability at quarterback, and people just don't know how to handle that. Guys, let's just be honest. Dylan Gabriel is the guy right now. The Browns made their decision, and after years of quarterback drama, it's refreshing to see them actually commit to someone and build consistency. You can't develop a young quarterback if he's consistently splitting reps or looking over his shoulder. Kevin Stefanski knows this. The NFL knows this. He's protecting Dylan Gabriel's growth and giving the team a chance to build chemistry. As for Shedeur, his time will come, but not right now. Right now, he's doing what rookies do, learning the system, watching film, developing behind the scenes, taking second-team snaps. That's just what it is. And if Dylan Gabriel struggles long-term or gets hurt, sure, then Shedeur Sanders will get his shot. But this idea that he needs first-team reps just because of his last name, come on! This is the NFL, not celebrity appearance. Guys, this is simple. This quarterback controversy in Cleveland is not a story. This is how the NFL is supposed to work. This is how a backup is supposed to work. This is how a starting quarterback is supposed to work. Kevin Stefanski is doing exactly what a responsible coach should do. Protect his starter's rhythm and build confidence in his rookie quarterback. If anything, the Browns and the media and all of us should be giving them credit for finding developing young talent the right way, not criticizing for doing something completely normal. So, Man Hour Nation, do you agree with Kevin Stefanski's approach here, or do you think Shedeur Sanders should be getting first-team reps? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is a live interactive show. I want to hear from you. So subscribe, hit the like button. Guys, remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at YouTube.com. So let's get into the comments. Old Man River, pigskin pun it.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Says, hold the phone. I'm hearing Sanders to Miami, a bundle deal with Dion. Oh, here we go. Let's go ahead and start this media circus right here off the bat. Mike McDaniels is out. Tua is out. The Miami Dolphins are having a fire sale to bring in an emergency quarterback, promoted to a backup quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, to bring his dad in to coach that doesn't want anything to do with the NFL, that can't even stand on his own 2 feet, literally. Like, come on, man. Like, listen, I get why people are excited about Coach Prime. I see what he did out at his first school that he went to. Was it JMS? What is that? I don't even remember the name of the school. But let's just be honest. Coach Prime is an average college coach. Now, obviously, he's got a lot of talented coaches around him. He brings a lot of talent strictly because his name and the coaching staff's name. Warren Sapp, who else they got? Like, they got tons of NFL players as a coaching staff, but yet Colorado is a 500 team in the Big 12. Last year, the Big 12 was decent. This year, the Big 12 is trash. And I'm a Big 12 fan. They are trash. Understand that Coach Prime is not a good quarterback. Coach. Understand Coach Prime, no matter how good you think he is not a good coach. Numbers do not lie. So, Old Man River, whatever you're smoking in your pipe, my man, Shedeur Sanders to Miami might make sense to you. Shedeur Sanders to Miami might grab the headlines. Shedeur Sanders to Miami might do a little bit of this, and this, and this. But come on, Coach Prime and Sanders are going to Miami. Stop it. Slow it down, baby. Speaking of slow it down, Mellow Mike just missed his Houston Texans get trashed for the last 20 minutes. But Mellow Mike says Shedeur to the Jets for the 7th rounders and Justin Fields. We're getting ready to talk about the Jets. We are getting ready to talk about the Jets. And Old Man River says, I've seen it from Adam Schefter. Sometimes I believe that man just be making up shit just to make up shit. You guys understand that the Miami Dolphins owe Tua like $56 million, right? That's guaranteed dollar bills, yo. Now, I will talk more about Miami Dolphins tomorrow. Because maybe, just maybe, they need to do what Sean Payton did with Russell Wilson. They need to eat those dollars and just send him on his way. Maybe that's what needs to happen. But what have you seen from Shedeur Sanders from preseason, from practice film, from highlights, from whatever, that makes him think that you can go into Miami and instantly become a starter? Matter of fact, what does Miami see him as, like, as in some type of a savior to their franchise? Because honestly, the Miami Dolphins had their savior a couple years ago by the name of Skylar Thompson from the Kansas State University. Now they got Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers might have a successful NFL career. I don't know. But he's a rookie. Just like Shedeur Sanders, a rookie. Now, Quinn Ewers was a 7th-round pick and Shedeur was a 5th-round pick, right? But you got Zach Wilson, former 1st overall pick. But just come on. If they want to bench Tua, they don't need to go out there and get like Sanders. That is just silly. Catherine Hunter's in the chat says, you need to slow it down. You need to slow it down, baby. Miami Dolphins and Cleveland. Look, this whole Shedeur Sanders should get first-team rest because his name needs to stop. Shedeur Sanders is not the man, the myth, the legend. Shedeur Sanders could have a pliable NFL career. He could. But not going to happen in Miami. That is for damn sure. Mellow Mike said the Jets could add Dion. Couldn't be any worse. Not wrong. Not wrong on that one. Mellow Mike says, how appropriate. You trashed my team in a dated Super Bowl champs hat. Hey, it's not my fault that your offensive coordinator calls 3 passing plays on the half-yard line. That's not my fault. Mellow Mike says, let me say this plain and simple. I hope Miami fires McDaniels because Texans OC Nick Chanley, am I saying that right? Chanley is baked blank. We done this season. Guys, Mellow Mike is the definition of an overreaction fan. First of all, we're good. Next show he comes up, he said, man, we're trash. It's all good, brother. It is all good because I've been telling you that the Houston Texans are trash for how long? I'm glad you finally understand that I am right and you are wrong. Buck is right. But you know what is not right, guys? And that is the New York Football Jets. Things have officially hit rock bottom in New York. They're still currently sitting at 0-7 this season. They're cooked before Halloween. And Justin Fields' experiment looks like it's about to explode. Shea Frazier, where you at? Justin Fields is a top 10 quarterback, Buck. Shut up. There's talk about benching Justin Fields for a veteran quarterback in Tyrod Taylor. And honestly, it feels like the Jets have already waved the white flag. Guys, let's break this all down. When Aaron Glenn took over the head coaching job for the New York Football Jets, the Jets were supposed to turn the corner. A young, aggressive coach paired with a talented roster and a big-name quarterback in Justin freaking Fields, baby. Fast forward 7 weeks. Simply put, it is a mess. The Jets haven't won a single game. While they have been somewhat competitive, maybe 5 of those 7 losses have come with 19 points combined. Moral victories, however, do not count in the NFL, especially not in New York. Owner Woody Johnson has reportedly had enough. He says he's done with Justin Fields' experiment, and that says it all. Here's where things get really, really messy. Aaron Glenn is considering benching Justin Fields for Tyrod Taylor. The problem? Tyrod Taylor is 36 years old. He's not the future. He's not the fix. He's just a Band-Aid on a franchise-side wound. He is a Band-Aid where you should go get stitches, Wes. But hey, I'm just saying. If you bench Fields now, you're basically admitting that you're the biggest offseason move. You gave the guy $30 million, guaranteed money, was a flat-out mistake. You're telling your locker room, your fans, and your owner that you swung and missed again at quarterback. But if you keep playing Fields and he continues to look lost, overwhelmed, and disconnected, you risk losing the entire locker room. This is a nightmare situation that the Jets are living in right now. There is no right answer. There's only wrong answers, wrong solutions. Lose-lose situation. And here's the thing. Justin Fields isn't blameless, but the Jets coaching staff hasn't helped him either. Several coaches around the league have told ESPN that the Jets should have been learning or leaning into Fields' runability from the start. They had 9 design runs week 1, and the Jets scored 32 points. Since then, only 3 design runs, and the offense has completely vanished. From 2022 to 2024, Fields averaged 10 rushes per game as a starter. Then when he was dangerous, when the defense had respect for his legs. As one coach said, an anonymous coach said, I don't care if you use the high school system on offense. This kid needs to run. And you know what? They're right. The Jets have taken away one thing that makes Justin Fields dynamic. They turned him into a pocket passer behind a collapsing offensive line and then wonder why he looks lost. But that's just not on Justin Fields alone. That's coaching. That's Aaron Glenn. Now, with the trade deadline less than 2 weeks away, expect the Jets to start selling. I mean, selling everyone. Guys like Jameer Johnson, Michael Carter II, Breece Hall are already generating interest around the league. That means whoever's playing quarterback, Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor, could be doing it with a gutted roster down the stretch. At best, the gutted roster. And that's not even, and that's where this even gets darker. The Jets aren't just playing out the string. They're trying to figure out who belongs on this roster long term. Glenn and general manager Joe Douglas needs to use the rest of the season to identify parts to rebuild. And who is not a part of this rebuild. Because if they get to January and still don't know who they have, this entire year is going to be a waste. Guys, it is simple. The New York Football Jets do not need to bench Justin Fields. Yes, he is struggling. Yes, it has been ugly at times. But what good does Tyrod Taylor do for you at 0-7? You are not saving the season. You are just delaying the inevitable at the end of the day. Let Justin Fields finish a year. Let him run. Let him make mistakes, because at least then you'll know what you got moving forward. Right now, the Jets don't have clarity. They got plain chaos. And the only way to fix that is by letting Justin Fields play through it, by not pulling the plug and starting over again next spring. So, Man Hour Nation, pigskin pundits alike. Should the Jets bench Justin Fields, or should they ride it out and give him a full season to prove himself? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, because it's a live interactive show. I want to hear from you and your thoughts about the Jets disaster of a season. Guys, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. Old Man Rivers says the New York sacked exchange. The offensive line in New York is a part of the New York sacked exchange. Not the sack exchange, the sacked. Past tense, plural, whatever. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. The ED at the end. Speaking of ED, Old Man River, how is your ED? Asking for a friend. Future QB coach and Justin Fields. There are some people just out there that are just not meant to be coaches. We just talked about Coach Prime's coaching staff in Colorado. Warren Sapp and the rest of those guys. Yes, they played in the NFL. Yes, they played at a very, very high level at the end of the day, and they know a hell of a lot more about football than any one of us. However, just because you know that information, it doesn't mean you can articulate it to younger generations. And I'm not for sure Justin Fields screams that coach mindset, right? I think Justin Fields just wants to go out there and play ball and go home and do his thing. Once his ball playing days are done, he wants to sit with a beautiful wife and some kids and just raise a family. I think that's the type of person that Justin Fields is. I could be wrong, but I just don't see him. Mellow Mike says, I'm not trusting Texans general manager to fix the line after 5 years and millions of dollars of mass draft capital failed offensive line prospects. Jets offensive line sucks. Houston's offensive line sucks, guys. You're in a lose situation over and over again. That's just what it comes down to. Mellow Mike says Justin Fields is a meme. Only quarterback I've seen with negative 10 passing yards in a game. That's tough. That is tough. And I don't think they'll ever do that ever again. Let's just be honest. Old Man River says Field is ruined. He has run for his life all the way from Chicago. He just seeing ghosts out there, right? Anytime he sees a lineman come out, he's like, "Oh, crap! Don't hurt me." Ardell, what's up, man? He says, my Raiders are blank, and it makes me sad. Ardell, I know. How do I put this politely? Your Raiders are hard garbage. Your Raiders are a dog cunt. Your Raiders are the epitome of like, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Old Man River says Raiders 8-4 left. And you know what? Old Man River and Ardell, you guys are Raider fans, and I respect that. I respect the hustle. I respect the grind, what it be to be a Raiders fan. But at the end of the day, when all last season, all they heard was Raiders taking over the West. We going to Super Bowl, Geno Smith back there. That's exactly how you all sound. And I said, slow it down, baby. I said, simmer your shit down now. It's still the Kansas City Chiefs division. It is still the Kansas City Chiefs coming out here and about to whack that ass, baby. But the Chiefs did teabagged the Las Vegas Raiders for 3 hours straight. 31 first down for the Kansas City Chiefs on 29 total plays on offense for the Las Vegas Raiders. That's tough, baby. That's tough. But you know what, guys? You know what is not tough? Overreaction Tuesday on a Wednesday. That's right, guys. It is time for Overreaction Tuesday on a Wednesday. And for those of you who have not seen this segment here before, let me break it down for you. Here's the deal. I'm going to throw out some hot takes, some bold statements, and intense reaction to something that's going around the NFL world. And when we're going up to decide if it's an overreaction or if it's actually spot on. If you guys think it's an overreaction, call it out. Say, whoa, slow it down, baby. It's all about dialing it back. See things a little bit more perspective, Buck. But if you think it's actually legit, we're going to agree with it. We're going to roll with it. You know what? Say, you know what? Buck, that's not an overreaction. Buck, you are spot on. That is reality, and here is why. So, guys, it is time to throw out those bold takes, and it's up to see us if we're jumping the gun or if the hype is real. Let's get ready to dive in and see what we're overreacting to today on Overreaction Tuesday on a Wednesday. All right, guys, so it is time for Overreaction Tuesday on a Wednesday. And you know what that means? We're going to go roll in. No brakes. All gas, no brakes, baby. Full speed chaos mode today. And today's overreaction, guys, the Kansas City Chiefs are back, baby! Go ahead and polish the Lombardi. Get the confetti ready. Andy Reid's got his cheeseburger. Mahomes got his swagger back. And the rest of the ASC might as well pack their bags up right now because the Kansas City Chiefs are back. They're back on track, and it may even get more aggressive after the trade deadline. Whoa, let's stop right there. Back on track? No. They're not back on track. They're back on top, baby. They didn't just beat the Las Vegas Raiders. They broke the Las Vegas Raiders. The game wasn't even fair. It looked like varsity versus JV out there. This team reminded the entire NFL that they were asleep for a couple of weeks. They were asleep for the first month of the season, but now they wide awake. And they ready to torch the league yet again. Guys, understand this, that many people are saying the Kansas City Chiefs might be active at the deadline. Maybe add a pass rusher, maybe add some O-line help. Shut up! The Kansas City Chiefs don't need to add a single freaking player right now. They're that freaking good right now. Patrick Mahomes is cooking again. Rashid Rice is that number one receiver. Xavier Worthy is the fastest man alive. Hollywood Brown, finally remember that he's Hollywood. And Pacheco, oh baby, Isaiah Pacheco. That man's running like every defender owes him money. Don't mess with protection. Forget about the trade deadline. Other teams should be calling the Chiefs just to apologize for things that they had a chance this season. Now, look, I get it. Adding a Marvin or a Melvin Ingram type might help you out, but do they really need it? Oh, hell no. This defense, led by Spags, just gets scarier and scarier each and every week. He's a mad scientist who starts with the year with a bunch of maybe players and by December turns them into monster all-pro players. They could pull a guy from the parking lot, throw on a helmet on him, and somehow he's going to have 2 sacks and a forced fumble by halftime. Spag doesn't need new players. He needs new victims. Then let's talk about the wideouts. Let's talk about the wide receivers, because for months, for years now, everybody screams, the Chiefs don't have any receivers. Mahomes has no weapons. Shut up! Well, guess what, baby? They got Rashid Rice. They got Xavier Worthy. They got the Hollywood Brown Jets just combined for 18 targets and dominated the Las Vegas Raiders. That's not a weakness anymore. That's a nightmare matchup. And oh, by the way, add a little bit of Juju, add a little bit of Thornton. That's icing on the cake. And you know what? I love me some vanilla icing on a nice white cake. This group is only getting better and better and better. By week 12, Mahomes might be throwing touchdown passes to the stadium usher, and we'll all be sitting here saying, yep, that tracks. That man's the GOAT. Guys, here's the real takeaway. The Chiefs' offense is finally clicking again, and that's terrifying for the rest of the league. Jay Pacheco is finding his rhythm. The offensive line, even with a few banged-up pieces, is still holding on strong. And Mahomes, oh, man, you can feel it. He's starting to play loose again. He's starting to play confident and arrogant. And then winning all of that combined equals dangerous. When Mahomes is smiling during drives, it's over, baby. When Andy Reid starts calling plays from his wrist like a game with cheat codes, it's over, baby. The rest of the AFC, they're about to have the same nightmare that they've had for 6 straight years. Patrick Mahomes holding up another Lombardi in February. Guys, the overreaction this week is very, very simple. The Chiefs just don't win the AFC. They run the table from here on out. I'm talking 14 straight wins to close out the season. Mahomes wins the MVP again. Andy Reid gets another cheeseburger commercial. And by the time the playoff hits, every defensive coordinator in football is crying into their Microsoft terms and saying, I don't know how to stop this shit. Guys, the dynasty isn't alive. It's fully reloaded. The dynasty is here to stay for another season, baby. But, Man Hour Nation, are the Chiefs officially back, or am I just overreacting just a little bit? Drop your takes in the comments down below, because this is Overreaction Tuesday on a Wednesday. So don't hold back. Guys, subscribe, hit the like button, and remember, we are live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/Man Hour. So let's get into your comments and discuss your thoughts. It's a hard not life for us. It's a hard not life for us. Mellow Mike says, I don't know who is more insufferable when the Chiefs are winning, Buck or Nick Wright. Listen, Nick Wright takes cues from Buck. Nick Wright has been following me on Twitter since Twitter was Twitter. Nick Wright is always on my phone call saying, hey, Buck, what do you talk about today? And he always tries to one-up me. Nick Wright ain't got shit on Buck. Ooh, baby. But Mellow Mike, just know when we down, we down. But when we high, baby. Buck is a veritable wart on the blank of the Chiefs. I know there no wart. I am the wart, baby. I am the whole massive Chiefs kingdom, baby. He forgot his team still lost to Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars a few weeks ago. You are absolutely correct. That was our Las Vegas Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs Christmas Day a couple years ago. That was our wake-up call. That was our smack in the face, say, hey, okay, no more sleepwalking. Time to walk up and show us what's up, baby. That Jaguars loss was a blessing in disguise for the Kansas City Chiefs. That Jacksonville Jaguars loss on Monday Night Football was a wake-up call for the rest of the league. We're like, oh, shit. The Kansas City Chiefs had one receiver. The Kansas City Chiefs defense played meh. But now they're back. What happened? What happened? The Kansas City Chiefs. This Monday Night Football, when they play the Washington Commanders at Arrowhead Stadium, GEH Stadium. That stadium's going to be the loudest stadium in the world. That stadium's going to come in rocking. That stadium's going to shut down Monday Night Football because it's so loud. Be like, oh, they back, baby. Oh, they back. Old member says, what's that splurring sound? That splurring sound is Chiefs Kingdom holding up another Lombardi, baby. That's what it is, Old Man River. That is what it is. Is that patting on Buck's chin, or is he playing with the Holmes inflatable again? My drawstrings to my hoodie. Assholes. I'm high? No, you high. We never get high, baby. We are high on life. That's what it is. Mellow Mike says, I slapped the grease out of Nick Wright's hair 3 days a week over butt. Hey, I'm going to take that as a compliment because I don't have much hair to slap. Definitely not greasy like Nick Wright. Nick Wright does get a little bit crazy. Let's just be honest. However, when you love your team, you love your team, right? When you love your team, you love your team. And Old Man River says, Christmas Day still living in your head. I love it. Old Man River, I love it as well. Because the Las Vegas Raiders came into Arrowhead Stadium on Christmas Day. What was it, back in 2022? 3 years ago. They come in there Christmas Day, and they wax that ass, baby. All the Kansas City Chiefs had to do was win, one game from Thanksgiving till January to lock in their playoff spot. They kept losing. They kept losing. Andy Reid and Travis Kelce are fighting. They kept losing. They kept losing. All of a sudden, we lost the Las Vegas Raiders. Like, what the hell is going on? Got on a roll, baby. Then we got on a roll, and we were Super Bowl champions. And that's what happened against the Jacksonville Jaguars a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Football. Travis Kelce and Andy Reid are getting into it. We're like, what is going on with our lives? We're still playing good, but we just can't win. What is going on? All of a sudden, we're back on top, baby. We are back on top, baby. And Mellow Mike says, you need to slow it down, Buck. He says, you need to slow it down. Let's just, what? Chiefs beat a bad Raiders team. Come on. You said the same thing with the Texans beat the Titans and the Ravens. There's difference. When you just beat a team like the Titans, just like the Ravens, just squeak on by versus a bad team. But when you dominate a bad team, a division rival bad team, oh, there's reason to celebrate, baby. There is reason to celebrate, guys. But seriously, are the Kansas City Chiefs back? Rest of the NFL, are you guys scared of the Kansas City Chiefs? Are you scared? Like legit. Because I should be scared. You should be scared. We all should be scared, guys, because the NFL is officially soft. The NFL is officially soft. On this Overreaction Tuesday on a Wednesday, I got one question for the NFL. What are we doing? Broncos linebacker Dre Greenlaw just got suspended for one game. Not for a dirty hit, not for a fight, not for a late shot, but talking to a ref. Yeah, that's where we're at now. You have so much to breathe heavy near an official. Boom, suspension, fine, a week off of work. Guys, the NFL has officially gone soft. But here's what happened. If you don't know what happened, here's what happened. Dre Greenlaw, coming off his first game as a Denver Bronco after signing a 3-year, $31.5 million deal, played 21 snaps, had 6 tackles, and helped the Denver Broncos storm back from a 19-0 deficit to beat the New York Football Giants 33-22. Momentum is building. Broncos are 5-2. Sean Payton's squad looks legit. And now one of their defensive leaders is silent because of a verbal threatening referee Brad Allen after the game. According to the league, Greenlaw chased after the referee as he tried to leave the field. Really? That's it? You chase him down to have a conversation to him and you're freed for fear for your life? Where is the line between emotion and misconduct? Because to me, that sounds like a fired up competitor who wants answers after a close game, not a criminal act. Now, guys, let me overreact for a second. Just for a second, because this is ridiculous. The NFL has become so overprotective of its officials that players can't even show emotion anymore. You are grown-ass men battling for 60 minutes, smashing helmets, fighting through pain, leaving everything on an NFL field, and one emotional exchange after a whistle gets you a full game suspension and a $192,000 fine? After the game? That's insane. Look, I get it. Respect the officials, but respect goes both ways. These refs aren't robots. They make mistakes every week, and the players have every right to be frustrated. Suspend a guy for swinging. Suspend him for a cheap shot. Sure, but for words, for passion, that's not football. That's flag football with better marketing. This isn't just a headline. It's a problem for Denver. Dre Greenlaw was finally healthy. When he was finally back on the field, he was supposed to be that missing piece for the defense that's already been dealing with injuries and trying to keep up pace in the AFC. Now he'll miss the Dallas Cowboys game. A massive matchup for Denver Broncos, who's sitting at 5-2 and looking to prove that last season playoff run wasn't a fluke. Looking to stay on top of the AFC West. The suspension doesn't just hurt Greenlaw, it hurts the entire Denver Broncos defense. And for what? For chasing down a referee after an emotional win? Come on, NFL. This is bullshit. You want an overreaction, guys? Here it is. The NFL is full of double standards. The NFL is so biased towards one team or the other, it is absolutely ridiculous. We see players get fined for celebrations, taunting, and now just talking, but we still watch games every week where refs blatantly miss calls that swing outcomes. There's zero accountability on their end. You cannot suspend Dre Greenlaw for words, but a ref can blow a pass interference call that costs a team a playoff spot and then get reassigned quietly the next week. That's hypocrisy fans are tired of. If you're going to demand respect, it goes both ways because players are done getting punished for being human. Now for the Broncos, this team's not dead without Dre Greenlaw. Let's just be honest. Sean Payton's group has heart. They fought back from big deficit all season long. Bo Nix is a playmaker. The defense is getting stops, and the locker room is fully bought in. But make no mistake, mixing Dre Greenlaw against the Dallas Cowboys is a hit because the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in football. You need his energy, his instinct, and his leadership. He brings that edge that defenses makes mean. And this what makes the suspension sting even more. Guys, the NFL doesn't want emotion anymore. They want robots and pads. If you show fire, if you question authority, if you care too much, boom, suspension. $200,000. Meanwhile, fans are sitting here begging for personality, intensity, and rivalries. Newsflash, NFL, that was makes the name great. Dre Greenlaw shouldn't be punished for passion. He should be celebrated for it. Put a mountain of presidential statue for the man. So, Man Hour Nation, this one's for you. Was the league right to suspend Dre Greenlaw, or is the NFL just getting way too soft? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is the Overreaction Tuesday on a Wednesday, and I want to hear from you and how you feel about this one. Subscribe, hit the like button, and remember, we are live, raw, and uncut every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, baby. And all members says, whoa. Buck has anger issues, baby. Look at me when I talk to you, boy. There isn't no anger here. It's all about passion. Mellow Mike says, if officials could call even games, this wouldn't happen. Even replay doesn't always help. Clay Martin is the worst. Let's talk about this whole replay bullshit real quick here. I believe it was the Eagles versus Vikings game, right? TJ Hawkinson, the man made a diving catch. Both hands under the ball, brings the ball to his chest. He hits the ball, and he hits the ground. The ball fumbles a little bit. The ball never touches the ground. He regains the control in the end zone. Incomplete pass. What? Like, what? They replayed it like, oh, he bobbled it. The ball never touched the ground. The ball never touched the ground. He regained control of the ball while in the end zone. His ass and shoulders both on the ground. How is that incomplete? But then you got Travis Kelce catching the ball, putting the ball on the ground, rolling himself over, but that is a completed pass? That's the double standard that everybody's talking about. That is the double standard. Like, how is it a catch this week, but the next week the ball didn't even touch the ground, but was in the end zone? That's an incomplete pass. Now, don't give me that as the Kansas City Chiefs. Shut up. Shut up, because I do got anger issues. I do got the anger issues. That's just bullshit. Johnny Greer, Red Cushing, Ed Hockey League games called without replays for years, and were all respected refs. These new refs are clowns. So, Mellow Mike, as I do agree with you, we had a lot less scrutiny on the referees before replay. Yes, social media has made it more accessible to see these replays, play after play, week after week, day after day, hour after hour, right? We actually have a clip over on Facebook page right now that has like 2 million hits of it, of Aziz being dirty. Years ago, we didn't have that. However, this is where I will be devil's advocate for the referees, because they are taught to swallow the whistle. They are taught to let the play on, right? They are taught to, if it's a fumble, call it a fumble, and then we'll decide it later. They want to rely on the replay. That is what they're taught. So I get a lot of the inconsistencies that we see are basically coming from New York in that replay booth. Like, what are you guys actually looking at? Do what the, was it the XFL? I believe it was. You could hear the head referee talking you through the replay. Let us hear what's actually going on. Why are you calling the play that you're calling it the way you're calling the play? Did I say that right? Let us know you're calling the play the way you're calling the play by talking us through how you calling the play. Just stop it. Almost 20 years since Dez President, Dez Bryant, and Megatron, and the NFL officials don't know who still would have completed as. Dez still caught it. Dez still caught it. And if you want to take it one step further, what is a completed pass anymore? Because even just 3, 4, 5 years ago, a catch was catch the ball, maintain possession, 2 feet down, bada bing, bada boom, you are good to go. Now, you have to catch it. You have to put 2 feet down. You have to make a football move. You have to blow a kiss to the defender, let them know that you're ready to be hit, and then we can play football. Like, what? And now they're talking about moving the goalpost in because the field goal kickers are too good? Like, literally moving the goalpost week after week after week. Ay. Time for factor crap. Alrighty, man, Our Nation. The show is not over quite yet, but we're starting to wrap things up with our favorite closer, a little thing we like to call fact or crap. And here's how it works. I'm going to throw out some so-called facts that are making rounds around the NFL world. And we're going to go in together and figure out if it's a real deal, but if it's nothing but hot garbage. Cut through the noise, break through the hype, and decide what the worst buying into it. If it's fact, we call it out. If it's crap, we're going to bury it. Guys, so buckle up, grab your snacks, lock in, because it's time to get real, because there's a whole lot of fact or just a whole lot of crap. Figure it out. All right, guys, so the first factor crap of the day, we're going to head over to the nation's capital. Guys, the simple question is this. Factor crap. The Washington Commanders are going to finish below 500 this season. Guys, it is that time again. It is that time again when we start determining if things are contenders or pretenders. It is that time again when we feel like all the teams that had the preseason hype, the last season's hype, are going to come crashing back down to reality. And this is where we take this statement to the fans that are arguing about all over social media and deciding once and for all if it's a fact or if it's a complete crap. Guys, the Washington Commanders right now are a losing team. Right now, they're sitting at 3-4 on the year, already below 500. And that's just not the record that that's just the record that got the Commanders fans nervous and how they've all looked over here. Now, let's start with the defensive side of things. The Commanders defense has shown no reason to think it can turn a spark around, right? Turn things around. They have allowed over 400 yards of offense, and they forced only three turnovers all season long. And even in the moments where they flashed, they recorded a safety last week. It just doesn't add up to winning football. Marshawn Lattimore was brought in to be a lockdown cornerback with elite receivers, but against Dallas, two pass interference penalties for 55 yards, and he got beat on a 44-yard bomb by George Pickens. That's not the level of play that Washington traded for. Let's just be honest. And then let's talk about this offense, or what's left of it. The Commanders were already missing their top three receivers, and then quarterback Jaden Daniels has gone down with a hamstring injury in the third quarter of last week's game. That's a definition of a nightmare scenario on offense that's been trying to find consistency all season long. And the timing couldn't be worse. The Commanders are heading to Kansas City Chiefs football and play Patrick Mahomes, the best team of football, on Monday Night Football. And then they've got the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. That's a brutal 3-game stretch. And if they can't get healthy fast, this season is going to start look with promising, could spiral out of control quickly. But let's just be fair. There's still time to turn things around. Even at 3-4, they've lost a few games, but if Jaden Daniels can get back soon, if the defense can finally start creating turnovers, and if Dan Quinn can stabilize the locker room, there's still a window that can climb above 500. It's just that. But the window's getting smaller and smaller and smaller each and every week. So guys, facts or crap. Will the Washington Commanders finish below 500 this season? Guys, it is 100% fact. The Washington Commanders spark from last season, it's all gone. Right now, this team is below 500. They got talent, but between injuries, inconsistent play, and a tough upcoming schedule, Washington looks more like a team fighting to stay relevant than one pushing for the playoffs. But that's just my take. What do you guys think? Are the Commanders really a team that's going to finish below 500 this season, or can they turn around before it's too late? Let's get into the comments and discuss your thoughts. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, we're live. Yeah, live. Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, right here at YouTube.com. Except for next Monday, because the Chiefs play, and I'll do a pre-recorded show, but whatever. We'll talk about that another day. But let's get into it. Mellow Mike says facts. It is 100% facts, baby. Kingsbury cannot adjust. He just left the Cardinals. Resurfaced in Washington, has one good year. He can't adjust. Same book, different cover. Same book, different story. Same book, different story. Right? It's just Cliff Kingsbury's not it, says Mellow Mike. And I agree. There's a reason why Cliff Kingsbury was ultimately fired in Arizona. Now, you can call it Kyler Murray, the head coach killer. He's done it with Jonathan Gannon. Now, we talked a little bit about that on Monday. And we're talking about Cliff Kingsbury, right? But the simple fact of the matter is that maybe he's just not a very good coach. Maybe he needs to go back to college. Go back to USC or Oklahoma or wherever he came from. But guys, fact or crap. Will they finish below 500? Saying fact. I'm saying fact. I'm saying fact. I'm saying fact. But all right, folks, let's welcome back to Man Hour NFL Talk, your go-to spot for live, raw, uncut sports talk. And you already know what time it is, guys. It's time for Fact or Crap, where we celebrate the NFL reality from fan fiction. And tonight's topic, guys, this one's heating up across social media and the ESPN headlines alike. Fact or crap. The Indianapolis Colts are one of the most dangerous offenses in the NFL. Fact or crap? Guys, let's talk about this one. Because I am surrounded by a bunch of Colts fans. I live here in beautiful Indiana. Let's call it good-looking Indiana. And people are up in arms about their Indianapolis Colts. But truth is, guys, the Indianapolis Colts right now are absolutely rolling on offense. Through the first 7 weeks, they're leading the entire league in scoring, averaging 32.1 points per game. That's just not good. That's elite. And what makes it even scarier, they've been doing it against quality competition and doing it consistently. Against the Chargers, they opened up the game with scoring touchdowns as each of their first 3 possessions. And when the Chargers started to mount a comeback, the Colts ended with 15 points in the third quarter. That's championship caliber response. The numbers back it up too. A season high 7.3 yards per play on Sunday. That's efficient. That even a top tier offenses across the NFL like the Chiefs and the Cowboys and the Niners would envy. And here's what stands out. It's just not one player carrying the team. Jonathan Taylor is running hard. Daniel Jones, yes, that Daniel Jones, slinging the rock more and more confident each and every week. Josh Downs did go out with a concussion. Alex Pierce stepping up like no love lost. Pierce had clutch grabs in key moments, including that third down, 13-yard catch with just 2 minutes left to go and seal the win. Guys, that's how you close games out, and that's how you build identity, and that's how you build a championship caliber team. But now, let's just be honest. The Colts are not perfect. They got injuries starting to stack up, especially in the secondary. And that pass rush has been hit or miss at times. But here's the thing. When you're going to score 30-plus points a game, you can survive with some defensive flaws. Look at the Detroit Lions. This offense is good enough to overcome mistakes, and that's what separates contenders from pretenders. So, guys, the question is, are the Colts really the most dangerous team in football right now? Or the dangerous offense in football right now? Look, you can make cases for the Dallas Cowboys, the 49ers, when healthy, the Kansas City Chiefs. But right now, week to week, nobody's putting up points more efficiently and explosively than the Indianapolis Colts. The chemistry is real, the play calling is balanced, and the execution is sharp. It's crisp. Guys, this is 100% fact. The Colts are absolutely the most dangerous offense in the NFL right now. They're fast, creative, and fearless. And this continues, they'll be right in the middle of the AFC playoff punt come December. But I want to hear from you guys. Is the Colts offense legit, or is it just fool's gold that will fade when the defense can't hold up? Let's get into the comments and discuss your thoughts. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com/manhour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so stand off, be a part of the conversation. Mellow Mike says it's very, very simple, Buck. It's a whole lot of crap. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to cut through the buck. It is crap. Stop JT and make them one-dimensional. If you have a pass rush, Daniel Jones returned to who he was. But Sheikin is a damn good coach. So Mellow Mike is saying it's crap, but with a little bit of caveat. Sheikin is that dude. So Mellow Mike, let me ask you this. If Shane Sheikin is that dude, if Shane Sheikin is a great coach, which I think we all kind of agree that he is a great coach, right? Once you start making him one-dimensional, don't you think he will scheme up something to get them open? Don't you think that he will do what he's got to do to make things right? I'm just saying. I think there'll be a okay. But guys, it is time to end today's show. Thank you guys for joining us today, right here at Man Hour and NFL Talk, live, raw, and uncut. But you guys know this. I know this. We all know this. We live in a world right now where it feels like everybody's got a reason to be angry. People are divided by opinions, by politics, by background, by things that, when you really stop and think about it, don't matter nearly as much as we made them out to be. Guys, here's the truth. We were never meant to live like that. We were meant to put here, we weren't put here to tear each other down. We're here to lift each other up. When I say everybody needs to love everybody, I'm not talking about soft, surface level kind of love. I'm talking about the kind of love that sees past differences. The kind that forgives when it's not easy. The kind that listens to before it judges. Because love, real love, isn't just feeling, it's a choice. It's a choice to smile at someone who's had a bad day. It's a choice to forgive someone who's hurt you. It's a choice to stand up for someone who can't stand for themselves. And if we made that choice every single day, imagine what this world could look like. Guys, here's the thing. Hate doesn't heal anything. It doesn't solve problems. It doesn't fix pain. It separates more of it. But love, it changes everything. Love rebuilds what is broken. Love silences the noise. Love reminds us that we're all humans, that we're all fighting the battles that nobody can see. You don't know what the person next to you is carrying. You don't know what they've lost, what they've survived, or what they're still trying to overcome. But a little bit of kindness, a little bit of compassion, that will make all the difference in the world. So let's make a choice tonight on into tomorrow. Let's just be the reason somebody believes there's still good people out there. Let's be the reason someone keeps fighting. Let's be the reason somebody smiles again. Because when you strip away titles, opinions, the walls we built between us, all that's left is people. And people need people. So love the person next to you. Love the ones who agree with you. Love the ones who don't. Love the people who've hurt you. Love the ones who have healed you. Because the truth is, we're all in this together. If you can't learn to love each other, we'll never build anything that lasts. But if we choose love, real, unconditional, unapologetic love, we change everything. So let's start right here, right now. Man Hour Nation, October 22nd. Everybody love everybody and stop the hate. We out.
Hey, now it's time to take off. Gotta keep it live and raw. Better stay tuned in. Man, our NFL talk. I know that you ready for more. They on the field, ready for war. Who's in the lead? I'm checking the score. We about to do it like never before. NFL live, uncut, raw. This is Man Hour NFL talk. Let's go.